Hello guys, yes, as you can see I'm back at Putney Vale Cemetery, because if any of you guys watched my last video, you know tragically that I didn't find Howard Carter's grave, and unfortunately, and the worst part is, talk about I was not that far away from him, but it was a case of literally it felt as if I'd been walking around for about half an hour. I literally don't think it was that, but it felt like that. And essentially, if you may have seen the video after that, if I hadn't have left when I did to get over to Richmond to see Richard Attenborough's grave, I never would have got to see that grave, because literally that church was about to shut about 20 minutes after I got there. And but get this, I found him, the final resting place of Howard Carter. Just there, guys. Oh God, yeah, I've always said it, but it's amazing of what you do when you've got proper descriptions. How much easier was that? There you go, guys. Get a good look at his headstone. Yeah, I apologize if I am being a bit loud right now. It's just the only thing is, I've noticed when I put it on the tripod stand, and of course I move away, my voice does get a bit more timid. So I would like to get it nearer to the headstone, but it's yeah, trouble is you won't get the whole headstone in there. So yes, this is the final resting place of Howard Carter, who of course, as it reads, Egyptologist, and discovered the tomb of Tutankhamun in 1922. Yeah, hard to believe, isn't it? But that is 100 years ago this year. That looked a bit crooked to me there. I must admit, it's beautiful to see that he's got lots of souvenirs been left. Yeah, I saw apologies to the person I'm sitting on their grave, but that's a lot easier. And that, yeah, because he used to have his original headstone was a lot more you know, it was just a sort of a plain simple grave, and it did fall into disrepair. And I'm trying to remember who it was. It was one of the national places. I think it's like English Heritage or something. I'll have to flag up the info afterwards that gave him this new headstone. So this is a lot better, and as you can see, it seems a lot more people definitely do come visit. How appropriate little sphinx is in that. So yes, I didn't come empty-handed myself, so he hasn't got a, what you call those things, you know, things you know, those things you put flowers in. So, yeah, always bring artificial flowers when I can, because of course they last for a fairly long time. I won't say they last indefinitely, because they don't, although they do last for several years, I might add. Oh my God, I can't believe I have actually found that. As you know, I was pretty gutted not finding this the last time, but you know what? It was actually probably a good thing in a way, because as I found out afterwards, and that I would have been gutted if I'd found him and then found all the other people, because yes, as you'll see in the title, I've found several other people in this cemetery that we're going to go and hunt for. And you may think, oh great, how much luck is she gonna have this time around? Yeah, I've done my homework, so I think there's an excellent chance that I'm gonna find all the people that I've got on my list, although who knows. Yeah, so oh my God, as you can tell, Egyptology has been a big part of my life for, trying to think, was year 4 in school, so I was, what was I then? 8 or 9? I'm trying to count. 9 probably. So, yeah, if you can, I see you guys can do your maths. That will mean that, going on my birthday this year, that's about 30 years ago, when King Tut first came into my life. And all I'm going to say is Egyptology is a love of mine that's been with me ever since. But the wind's getting up, so let's go to grave number 2. Take care, Howard. Thank you very much. Oh, joys of living, hey guys? Yeah, I've just, literally as you've just seen, I've just come down here and we have to go. I can't zoom in, guys, but I'll have to go over to it. Probably actually help. Yeah, here you go, guys. Because after all, this is, yeah, we've got to go down this road. Yeah, the only tricky thing is, as I don't know if you noticed or not, I don't think you did. Yeah, turns out that yes, you know, funerals, they can happen at any given time, and guess what? Yeah, they are like up there now, which is good. But yeah, the cars are going right down where I need to go, so nah. You know what? It's never a bad idea on my feet, but more importantly, I have got here ahead of time actually, so do you know what? I think I will sit for a few minutes and then carry on. Whew. We'll warn you, this bench needs replacing, that's for sure. It's a bit rickety. Ooh. yes, as you just saw, I literally stopped you right there because I just wanted to double check that it was the right grave. I thought it was because it was right in the outer corner. By the way, what if I told you I actually grow these in my garden, but I have like a tiny little pot. And if anyone's wondering, those are rhododendrons. So who are we here to visit? Well, guess what? I found the Ismays. That's right, as in Bruce Ismay, the chairman of the White Star Line, and that. But furthermore, this is his family plot. And oh God, seems dogs can get in and out of the. Yeah, and that's a white rhododendron. Never seen a white one before. Oh, actually, yes, I have, but they're quite hard to grow, those. So yes. Behold, I have taken a photograph of this that I'll show you later. Behold also the ships which thought they were so great and are driven of Fuerce winds, yet are they turned about with a very small helm, whiter, so even the governor listens. Now I wonder if that is something to do with the Titanic, possibly. Yeah, the only thing is though, guys, yes, as I said, this is a family plot, as you can see. Oh my God, you're not going to believe this, guys. I can actually read this better in my camera than I can actually read it here. As you can see, it's quite old. Oh, that one's upside down. Okay. To the glory of God. Oh, is that a scripture? To the glory of God of... Alright, this is confusing. Right. Bruce Ismay died October 17th, 1937. His wife, July Florence Ismay, died December 31st, 1963. Alright, the only reason why I'm confused by that, guys, is because, can you see this one over here? And that, yeah, I've tipped some water over it because this was absolutely appalling to read. It was worse than this one. I thought it said about them on here. But in memory of Jane Margaret Ismay, wife of Thomas Bruce Ismay, died the 7th of October 1950. I think this actually is their parents then. She kept her face turned toward the sunrise. Also, Thomas Bruce Ismay died the 27th of April 1954. Also, okay. Yes, even I get confused, guys, by history. Thomas Bruce Ismay. Well, that's a good view for you. Let me go back here again. No, it is Bruce. Alright, I am really puzzled by this. Because, yeah, Bruce Ismay, but I'm sure, was the chairman of the White Star Line Thomas Bruce Ismay? Ha! For once, even I don't know everything about the Titanic, although that is saying something. And that. So, yeah. So as you saw from my Titanic series back in London, yes, this is the final resting place of the chairman of the White Star Line. So, hope you enjoyed that, guys. That's 2 down. Let's just hope I find my other 2. So, signing off, guys. I'm gonna be quiet, guys, because guess what? That funeral is literally gonna be up there. Let's say this, that is gonna be a bit of a pain because my next graves are up there. Oh well, just have to do the best I can. Bye bye. Oh god, guys, I hate to say this, I think I might have found my grave, but it's literally, I think it is right next to where that funeral is. So do you know what, slightly deviating from the usual plan, but it will still work. I've got to come back this way anyways. We're going to go further down and find my other grave and then come back. Hopefully that funeral would have finished by then. Okay guys, I think God or luck must be smiling on me today, because as you saw, I literally had it marked on the map where this last grave, I call this the last grave, you know what I mean, this would have been the last grave. Yeah, should have read my my notes that I brought with me. Yeah, I'll have to go back, but no, wrong grave I thought I was looking for, but that's all right. And that, but as you saw, literally I just stopped here just to get my bearings and that, and what do you know, I literally stopped right in front of a grave. Talk about luck. This is following on from my Darwin series, guys. I didn't give any hints on this at all, but yes, there's one Darwin, which is this lady that is buried in London. Now this will probably be the last Darwin grave that I ever do, because I'm not planning on going to Kent anytime soon, and I hope you guys won't scream at me for sitting here, but you know what, my feet are hurting and all of that. Yeah, if you're wondering why it looks dark, I've done my water trick. Yeah, there's fortunately for this cemetery, there's lots of water stations, and believe me, it does work well. Just bring a spray bottle with you and just spray them when they're this old. It really, by darkening it, it really is makes you able to you know, read these headstones. But guess what, I can't read it from here. Oh, this is right, I'll do my best, guys. Do you know what, I think I'll do that in memory of Elizabeth Frances Darwin, wife of Major Leonard Darwin. Oh God. Oh my God, guys, these words are really, really bad. They're lead words, that's the problem. And that died January the 13th. I think that's, what is that, 1818 maybe? As I said, they're lead lettering, so unfortunately lead lettering, instead of it being carved in, does actually deteriorate. I might actually have to pull the photo that I got from findgrave.com, because usually that does have the full description on here and that. Yeah, and of course guys, as usual, I will insert in this section of this video, because I think the chances are I'm just going to make this one really long video of Putney Valley rather than splitting it up into smaller ones, although who knows, it depends on how long this video is, I suppose. But yes, there's another Darwin, guys. Yeah, one other thing, guys, of course, as you may have noticed I've been doing, yep, particularly since it definitely does look like this isn't a grave that's visited. I think this is another one of my, what I call my forgotten graves as such, isn't it? But no, the other thing I was going to mention is I do have the plot number for this. I think it's like 7, 8 something, but I will flag that up. So let's go and find my last grave, which I have a feeling I do know where that is now, so let's go. Sorry, it seemed like I cut you off, guys. It suddenly occurred to me, why do I need to walk back with the camera, since you've seen us go all the way down there? So I walked all the way back, literally. That's where the rhododendrons are. That's Bruce. Yeah, seriously, talk about when she said, yeah, less than a minute. I should have read my my instructions that I had. Literally, I was given the description, stay with Bruce behind you for less than a minute, few rows back. And of course, what did I do on the way down? But I think I was more conscious of the funeral going on. Yeah, why do I always get uneven ground, it seems, somewhere in cemeteries? But here you go, guys. Oh, charming. Yeah, even though they're black headstones, the wording is a bit funny. Yeah, I'll have to get right down here, guys. Yes, Evelyn, you'll have to pronounce that surname for me, 1901 to 1980, wife of Sir Bromgrove there, and he's buried there. And of course, why am I documenting this? If you saw my Putney Valley video, I did mention this. Yes, daughter of the 5th Earl of Carnarvon, in memory of my beloved mother. So yes, their daughter must have erected these headstones. Yes, Sir Bromgrove Campbell, yes, 1898 to 1976, in memory of my dear father. And that, yes. So this, of course, the reason why I'm documenting this, and of course I found this out after I'd come here last year, that yes, in case you hadn't watched my previous video, you don't realise the connection, Lord 5th Earl of Carnarvon, that's Lord Carnarvon, who of course funded the tomb to find Tutankhamun's tomb. So I think it's quite ironic that getting my geography, Howard is through there, and of course Evelyn, and she was very much part of the expedition as well, is buried in the same cemetery as Howard was. So there you go, guys. So let's walk through here, because guess what, it's a good thing I did get an earlier train than I planned, because I thought an hour would have been more than enough in here, and I have been in here slightly over an hour. So if I don't get going, I'm going to be behind schedule, and that's never good. So yeah, literally there. So she is 1684 and she's 3 rows back. So yeah, pretty much follow the way I did, it would be the best way. So I will seriously forget my head today, won't I? Oh, at least I always remember right at the 11th hour. Bye bye, Evelyn and Brom. Whew, starting to get warm now, guys. So there you are, guys. So that's me and Putney Valley signing off, guys. Bye bye.